Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Curry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time. I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Curry. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Throwing on first down. Ward. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ward. Look at the spin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
To throw is Ward. Throwing on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Tyler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
Going deep for Hopkins. And a high throw there as this is knocked away.
Why can't you beat this motherfucker? He's 91.
Down to the ground and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Ward. He's going to try and go deep again. Touchdown, Dolphins. It's complete. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win.
Look at this. I can't get in there. What the fuck is this? Fucking 79. What the fuck is this shit?
Here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
On second down now, Linton, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen. And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty.
Again, they push you to the side before you can even do anything.
They're on 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Underwood.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
2nd and 4. He finds his man complete. It's Curry. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Curry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Moore going deep for Hopkins. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Now Ward on 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, we'll start to obsess about it and wonder.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for the Dolphins.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
7.
Why are you not here? It's fucking hard flats. It's fucking hard flats.
Yards the pickup there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A gain of 3, second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Back to throw now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Second and 6. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
He finds his man, complete. That's Curry. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And we'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
He only has a single solo carry, one. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only one carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out.
Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for Miami.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And to give this time to the tailback. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Dolphins have got it. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, get it to...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Curry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 38. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin in New York. A good day for the wearing of the green as Green Bay is in town to take on the Jets. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Packers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. The Vikes seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3.
The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that
by
is
the time we have to leave the booth.
Defense.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Take four. Watch out.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, of so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
On third down, it's Turner, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
2nd down and 3.
Ready? Man left, man left. Everyone's got 4 down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Linton. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to put their ears back and get after him now.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's turned. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Check, 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 check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. 14 yards.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Underwood. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And the Ravens have got it.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance.
I don't even know what the fuck happened. This is fucking bullshit. He's the first one to touch the fucking ball.
To maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
I got you, boy. 57's the mic. Watch 57. You must be.
Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57's the mic.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Second and 2.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got it.
God, that's fucking pitiful.
On third down, it's Turner, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask, defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. Incomplete.
This has been a
Fucking hold it. Look at this motherfucker right here. Look at this son of a bitch.
one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Let's bring it. Kill. 25, check 25.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game.
It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Miami,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.